Hi, I'm Dr. McGrory, and I'm here to show you the steps for creating your Connect username. I'm going to demonstrate this with the Principles of Marketing class, but if you're in any of my classes, these same steps will apply. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open my web browser, and the recommended browser is Chrome. Now you might use Firefox, that's also a good one. Sometimes programs have trouble with Microsoft Edge, it's a newer browser, or even Microsoft Internet Explorer, which is an older browser. So Microsoft Chrome, or not Microsoft, I'm sorry, the Chrome browser is free, and I encourage you to install that on your computer and use that. Firefox is also free. You can install it. It's good to have multiple browsers. The first thing that I want you to do when you open your browser is come up here to this address bar. All the way up. Don't Google this, don't search for it, but your instructor, which is hopefully me, has provided you with a specific web address. And that web address is specific to your section of the course. Not the course, but your section of the course. And there's only a little part of that that your instructor controls. And so all of the websites for all the different classes around the world that use this website are only a little bit different. So it's very important that you get this website correct. Here's another thing. You might be thinking, but I've already used Connect in other classes and I'm not worried about the website. I know how to log into Connect. Yes, but you need to connect your user account to our class, and the way that you do that is by starting at this particular website that your instructor has given you. So what I do is I click up in the address bar, select whatever's there, and you can just delete it to make sure that it's gone, and then paste. And there's a variety of ways to do that, but I give you the link, I give you a handout, and you can copy the web address from that and simply paste it. Once the page displays, double check the course. There's nothing worse than working on assignments that are for somebody who lives in California, Washington, Alaska, or just another class section where you're not earning points. You want to make sure you get credit for all those points. Once you're on the website, you're going to want to enter an email address. Now, for my students in my class sections, I hope you use whatever email address you are most comfortable with. So Hotmail, Gmail, Ymail, any of those, emails, Bell South, AT&T, AOL, whatever it happens to be, use that. You're going to type that in here. So let's just say I'm going to make up one called copy BUS, and I'm just going to use the course name. So this is a pretend email address, but you'll enter whatever real email address you want. And then you're going to click on begin. Now when you do, and I've already done this, you're going to arrive at a page that looks like this, and you're going to have to fill this out. It'll provide the email address that you entered in, then you'll retype that same email address, you'll enter a password and your first name and last name. Now that's what I want to talk about. Whatever email address you want to use is fine, but in regards to your first name and last name, I do require that you use your first name and last name that are on file with the college. If you've experienced a name change for whatever reason, you've gone through a divorce, something like that, and your last name has changed, I do understand that, but until you get that changed with the college, I would ask that you use the last name that is currently on file with the college. Same with the first name. Some students, and I totally understand this also, go by their middle name or have a nickname that is everybody calls them by this nickname, and you really think of that as your first name. But in terms of what's on file with the college, that's the name I need. Here's why that's important. It affects the grading, because your official grades I have to manually enter into our course management system. And when I do that, I need your names to be sorted and identified as they are in, for example, our course management system. When you start to use nicknames and different names, it causes the sort orders to really get messed up, and unfortunately the end result of that is that you often impact your grade negatively as well as somebody else's grade because things are out of alignment. So to avoid those errors, and I try really hard to be accurate because I want you to get every single point, I simply ask that you use your first name and last name as they are on file with the college for this process, okay, for this connect process. That's very important. Now, put a mobile number in there, whatever is your mobile number, just in case you forget your password or have some difficulty. I'm not sure what the difference is between these two campuses. It's the same, so pick one. I just picked the first one. And you must agree to their terms. And then you're going to continue, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, here's a mistake, especially when students are doing this on their cell phone. I'm all for using your cell phone to complete assignments, but for this particular creating of your username, the feedback that I've received from students is that they run into difficulty when they're doing this on their cell phone. But they also run into difficulty when they don't go all the way through the process. So you're not going to quit this process until you see the assignments. Okay, so let's go a little bit further. What it's asking me right now is it says, I think I already have somebody out there with that email address. Do you want me to see if I can connect all these things? You certainly can. If you, you might be taking multiple classes, you used Connect last fall, spring, that's fine. Feel free to connect your accounts. Mine is a completely made up account, so I'm just going to tell it to continue. Now, this is another point where it's really important that you verify. Is this the book, the class, is this where you're supposed to be? So I want to double check that. This is our marketing text for this current semester. And the next thing you're going to look at is, when does this expire? Now, I do hope that everybody passes, all classes on the first time, and I know that you can, you really can, but life does happen, and I understand that as well. So as I look at the screen, it says that it's going to expire in 5 months and 3 weeks and 6 days, and in this particular case on November 22nd, so I might just want to make mental note of that, okay? If, unfortunately, I should have to repeat the class, I would perhaps want to be aware of this. Everything looks correct, so I'm going to go ahead and confirm. Again, danger, don't quit. You don't see the assignments yet. It gives you this great success confirmation, and this is where a lot of students will just exit out of that browser. Don't do it. You have to go one more step. Go to Connect. Voila, you are in Connect, and this is my least favorite page because it is wrong. It tells you that there are no assignments due. Yeah, but in the next 7 days, and what they mean is it's not due. Okay, it doesn't mean that you don't have any work to do. You know that you have got to invest time on your schedule. You have work, you have family, you have other classes, and they don't know that. And so they don't know what you need to be working on right now. In my classes, I give you a class schedule that I really hope you're following. It's so important. But most of all, avoid this hazard. I'm not a golfer, but if I was, I would see this as a sand trap or a water lagoon that the ball would drop into. Something, this is danger. So here's how we avoid this. We go up to menu, because remember I said don't quit until you see the assignments. And it tells me who I am, and this is the view of our assignments we're looking at, this to-do list. It's terrible. Some students like the calendar. I'm not crazy about the calendar because it gets very full in the way that they map the assignments. If I go to next month, see how they're all kind of stacked up. Sometimes that's, if you like it, that's great. I've got no issues there. What I would highly recommend is that you go to classes, menu, and then classes. If you have linked your account because you started at the website and it recognized that you are linking your account, then you'll see all of your courses that you're enrolled in. You can click on the appropriate course and then you'll see your assignments. Now, whatever course, maybe you're in Principles of Marketing, maybe you're in Introduction to Business, maybe you're in International Business, whatever class of mine you happen to be taking, if you're using Connect, these are the steps that will help you register. The key is to make sure that you start with the web address that I provided, that your instructor provided. It's unique to the section of the class. All right? Thank you so much, folks. Appreciate it.